Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Adam Robson, I'm 35 years old and I'm a beginner to golf, and I thought it'd be a great idea to vlog my experiences as a beginner playing through to improving my game. And I thought I'd take you along the way and, you know, document everything as we do it. Today we're going to have a lesson with my golf pro, Jonathan Chown, and you know, he's a brilliant bloke. I'm glad I met him, and I'm going to put all his information below, his YouTube, his Instagram, everything, and yeah, hopefully you go and actually subscribe and like all his content, because you know he gives away free lessons online and I actually pay for him, so you know you should go give him a like and a subscribe. But today we're going to be doing an on-course lesson with Jonathan, and we're going to be working on my short game, because I don't know if you've watched part 1 and 2 of my vlog, and my short game is terrible, and anything within 60 yards I tend to duff the ball or shank it or send it to the other side of the green. So that's what we're going to be working on today. So I really hope you enjoy this video. Please do like, subscribe, and you know, hit the bell notification, and if you've got the opportunity, please do share this video, because you know YouTube is difficult content to place to put videos out, because you know at the end of the day, even if I do the videos and I do get a couple of views, the chances of my content actually being in front of you is really difficult, because the algorithm's not the best, to be honest with you, and people with loads of subscribers kind of eat up all the viewers at the moment. So please, you know, do like and comment and subscribe, and you know, share that video if you can. But it's going to be a really short one today. We're literally just going to be doing, you know, probably an hour or something like that, and fingers crossed the content comes out pretty well, and yeah, you really like and enjoy the video. So let's crack on with the short game.
What would you kind of normally try to do with this type of shot?
I try and have a look, see where we are first of all.
Yeah.
Before we try and pick a spot. I know the wind's coming in from the right to the left.
Yeah, you can always see by tops of the trees.
At this sort of distance, I don't really know how much the wind would actually come into play with.
Only if it really pops up quite high. I mean, we're going to see here when we've got trees that are fairly high up there. More looking at the trees that are on the left of the first. They're going to kind of block a little bit. You can see the flag moving a little bit. I generally wouldn't aim anything for that wind from here, to be perfectly honest. If I was really seeing it, yeah, I'd just go at the flag, perfectly honest, just aim dead at it.
So then the other thing I'd probably try and do is probably take a narrower stance. And
yeah. So if I show you, if I grab another ball, so I'm not wasting those 4 balls.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, this is going to get a lot easier once, distance-wise, once you get comfortable with it and once you learn the distances properly. But yeah, definitely I would want my stance to be a little bit narrower. Now for 60, I wouldn't have it full stance, I'd have it probably about half width. I wouldn't go so narrow to the point of like a pitch shot, because it's generally kind of like a halfy type of swing. Yeah. But I'll be making sure, I always want to make sure I'm getting a lot of body rotation going through that shot. I really want to make sure when I'm pitching, I'm just getting tons and tons of chest rotation. So I think we're working on it, so just more of it. So same thing, very roughly line myself up. I just want to make sure I'm getting lots and lots of rotation, and I'm getting my left side, still my weight quite predominantly on my left side for pitching. I'm having a setup probably about 80% of my weight on my left side. I'm keeping it there the whole time, so I'm not really shifting that weight. So I'm just getting chest through, rotating. Getting chest through, I just need to hit that a little bit more. Hit that one more, but that was pretty much it. We need our weight more forward, definitely narrower stance, keeping the weight forward, really rotating. So if we get one more, if I get a little bit further, really rotating that chest through. That's the same, really. Exactly the same. Much better than what I done last time, Ozzy. Much better than my one. That's like stone dead.
Is that what I done as well?
Yeah, that was your divot. Yeah, that's actually a really good divot. That isn't ideal. No. That's not ideal. That's me just being stiff and just going right down into it too much. But the most important thing is that rotation and keeping that weight on that left side. So you can go narrower stance on that. Good. A lot of backswing on that for sure. Is again with these type of shots, it's all body rotation again. Yeah. So this is more kind of like a small pitch rather than a chip and run. This.
If I was here, I mean, I'd either use an 8 iron.
Yeah, so that's the thing. If you use really the rule of thumb
again, it's all down to kind of preference in a day, what you feel more comfortable that you're going to pull off at any time type of thing. So
I think 8 iron works better in the summer.
right now 8 iron will be a good one for you because you know you could probably do it somewhat okay. But what we really want to see is how much kind of fringe or fairway or even rough we've got in compared to how much green have we got. So really we've got loads of fairway until we've got a very small amount of green. So that really determines our type of shot we've got to hit. Because the more you hit a running shot, the more you're gonna hit more imperfections around the fairway than you would do on the green. So that's why if you've got a lot of green to work with, you try to run it most of the way because it's going to roll more like a putt. Here it's going to bounce all over the place. So you'd want to really have it in the air for the vast majority of it.
So I'd be trying to aim at the front of the green.
Yeah, you'd want, if anything, if these were like running normally, like a normal green, you would want to land it just a little bit short of the green and then let it run on through there. So it still needs to be in the air much longer than it would be on the ground. So with those shots again, it's all about, this time it's a little bit narrower, so really narrow, having that weight forward, so and keeping that weight forward the whole time. I really want to be minded if you really felt like you had almost all of your weight on there, to where you could hit shots on one leg.
So you rotate
those type of things.
leg a little bit.
What one?
So you kind of facing left.
Yeah, absolutely. Because what we know when we're taking our stance narrow, we're taking out our body. We know we have to rotate in a shot other than putting, really chip and run. So the only ones we don't need to. When pitching, we still need to rotate. But we know stance is narrow, we can't really rotate that much. So we have to preset it a little bit, and that's why we stand a little bit open, because you're kind of presetting that rotation a little bit open to it. Then it's all about, again, upper body rotation. Now what we see with you sometimes, we'll see you take a long backswing, more just, other than the divot, it wasn't too bad of a shot that, really having that club really overtake the hands there.
Okay.
But that's a thing, when you're not rotating, that's something that normally happens. That club ends up overtaking the rest of the body.
Is that why I'm knocking into the left?
That's why, absolutely, because as soon as you do that, where's that club going? It's going left, and it's going left straight away. That's going to explain a lot of heavy shots, a lot of thin shots, inconsistency in general pitching. So we're going to do a little drill with this in a minute, where all we want to do is still have that weight nicely forward. You can see here how I'm going to have a lot of rotation through that shot there, really making it there. So what we could do, we're going to have you feeling that rotation, not letting that club head pass the hands. That's really the feel we want here. That for a pitching technique to learn straight away, that's the most forgiving one, because there's loads of different ways pitching technique wise. A lot of them are harder than others. This is the one that gives you quite a consistent ball flight every time, quite consistent landing. So when we get into this, I'm going to get you holding this alignment stick like that. So as soon as you hit one where you go too much for those hands, too flippy, it's going to smack you on the side there. Okay. So just like we did a little bit before full swing, and that really gets you rotating nicely around. If we don't want it to hit us, we've got to rotate through that shot. So let's try without it first. You might not even need it. But if we do, it's a brilliant drill to do. It's really making sure that you're rotating through, and that club head is never getting past those hands. That's it, just like that. Alright. That was really good, that one, just smacked it.
It's the thing though, like the more you practice, the easier it's going to be in the long run.
This area, I mean, this time of year, this is going to be right here the best place to go and really work on these little shots, because you can go all the way back, especially this one, go back to like 100 odd yards, and you can work incrementally back there. Good fella, let's get them and bring them back to there. Because really when it comes to pitching, most important thing is keeping your weight forward nicely, so you're making sure you're striking it and that rotation. Oh God, there you go. There we go. Short game completed. Oh, right down. You can see how my club has still travelled through a little bit. Oh, well, that. So with chip and run shots, ideally, yeah, we want to be putting the golf ball. We just want to be having a putting stroke. Chip putt is what quite a lot of people call it, just because it creates that picture in your mind.
Yep.
So ideally, what I want as well here, this is, you can kind of play them two different ways. I'll tell you the easier way to do it. Now, we want to hit it a lot more like a putt. We certainly do not want that wrist to break down and that club head to start going in front. So you can see here already, one, how close I'm standing to the golf ball,
Yep.
how kind of upright the shaft is there, because that's going to cause me to hit the ball off a part of the club face where that ball isn't going to go shooting off really fast.
Right.
I'll be hitting it more around this area here, kind of toe area, just because I've raised the club up, so really the heel's quite a little bit off the ground there. Because if I was to play it like a pitch shot, just a smaller version, the ball, it's going to be really hard to strike, and the ball's just going to go mild. It's really hard to control. You can do that if you like your pitching wedge. You can hit that shot. With an 8-iron, still weight forward nicely. Handle up, you can grip it like a putt, you can grip it or like a club. I just do it like a normal club. And then just there, just rocking your shoulders like a putt. Still making sure that we're not having that left wrist break down on that club head overtake, and just rocking my shoulders back and forth, just like a putt.
Yeah. Good. A little bit more loft. I just have the same thing I say every time. So when you're out playing on the golf course,
Yep.
it's knowing where your misses are more often than not. So knowing, let's say when you strike it well, this is taking away your tops and your fats and all that
To me,
type
it's
of thing.
probably going to go left if anything.
So you would want to make sure, if anything, you've given yourself more room on the left. So
Yep.
it's like for this hole, that's exactly the same for me. If I was to aim on this hole, I would aim, see the bunker on the left, the right hand side of it, that's exactly what my line would be. Because I know for me anyway, if I was playing, I wouldn't miss it far enough right to be in the trees.
So that's not actually the green there, is it? The bunkers.
It's about 50 yards short of it.
So I'll probably aim for the centre of the bunkers. Me.
Yeah, I mean, you what, like that middle like gap there.
Yeah, because I know it go left.
That's the thing. If you knew it'd go left, but if it goes slightly right
Yeah,
on that,
I'm in the bunker.
you're gone. You're in the trees there, kind of thing.
right.
You won't go that far to that. Those bunkers about 220.
Like the way the trees are.
Kind of. Depends. They do say it's 90% air, don't they? Not though. But it's just giving yourself. So if you do it a poor shot,
Yep.
you're fine.
So with a 5, would you have that more in your forward stance?
Yeah, I'd have it a little bit forward of centre. And really, it's going to be interesting to me seeing you hit some full shots. Is where you aim naturally on the golf course. So that will have a massive influence on what your club's going to do going for the ball.
There's no wind or nothing, so I don't know what the green.
Really, if
actually
anything,
reacts
it's
like.
just down. It's just slightly downwind. I still think pitching wedge would be a good club.
Yeah.
Again, aiming with the flag, because that flag is, even though it's middle-ish, it's more on the right-hand side. There's more green to
It
the
looks
left.
like it goes a little bit right to left of green as well, because of the way the flag sits. Sitting. So if anything, would you go a little bit right to the flag?
At that position, I would just, with that club, I'll just aim at it.
Straight at it.
I'll try and line up with something like here.
Yep.
And then
Good as intermediate target. So if you make sure your club heads down, aiming at first, then the feet.
like to me, that feels like I'm in line with the flag.
Yep, you're perfect there.
Yeah.
Just depends whether your feet change or not. Yeah, that's perfect. Dead on.
Famous last words.
Thinny strike
Yeah.
on the other green almost.
See, I didn't take any divots. That's one thing I've noticed. I'm not taking divots when I
Yeah,
play.
that will be. There's no one behind this. I'll grab
Yeah.
the ball. I'll grab your kitchen wedge. I'll hit one. So if we hang back too much, like not shifting our weight, our low point is never going to get that low. It's always going to, if anything, it'll be behind the golf ball, so you'll be raising up on it if you don't hit it heavy. So again, we want to make sure shifting weight into that left side. When I don't have a big full shot, let's say especially with a wedge or even a short iron, I would actually have, again, a little bit more weight on my left side than I normally would. So because I know this isn't a full shot, I would have my weight a little bit more on my left side, so probably more
60, 65, even 70%. Again, I wouldn't really shift it that much. I would really still try and keep it there, but still again try to increase it as I'm going down. I should make a hefty-ish divot with this, knowing me anyway, I probably will do. So going down there, it's all just about, I didn't really give that enough, I don't think. It's all about
I'll still be happy with that
how
shot,
much, you know, whether you've hit it the right distance or not.
I'll be happy with that.
But see there, because, I mean, you can see, my ball is actually here in the deepest part.
Yeah.
It's here, so that tells you how far forward my low point was. That's all because I stayed on my left side on that shot, and I went even further onto my left in the downswing. Again. I mean, that one won't be lost, that will do. So I'll probably play, actually, you probably would have no idea how you play it. So if I grab a club nut, I think I've got one of the balls.
I've got a spare ball in my pocket anyway.
Break both of my bottoms for that. Right, if I grab, let's say,
I mean, the biggest thing here for me is if I hit the tree and it comes back, that's the...
yeah, that's where it can get dangerous for sure. So if we remember where that, okay, I'll put one right next to it. So from here, I'm not really going to be overly too concerned about the height of it because of how I'm going to kind of play it. I'm going to put it back to my stance. Again, weight really far forward.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to hit kind of like a real rotational, kind of almost like a big pitch shot. But I've got out your 7 iron here.
Yeah.
Well, I've done it in one of the trees. Where balls can be really far back, weight forward. And I'm just going to make sure it goes low and hangs along and just runs along the ground. Just like that type of thing. And then run down there.
Yeah.
So it's gone a little bit too long. But
You know, ideally, it should be like a proper stinger sort of shot.
yeah, it's a stinger type of shot. That's really for that, the way you'd play these ones, be more like a chippy stinger. Put that ball back in your stance so it's almost off your back foot.
Like that.
A little bit more, oh that's fine, perfectly
Yeah.
fine. Hands forward, keep that weight on the left side.
Left side up, leaning forward, yeah?
Yep, leaning forward. And then really making sure you're getting through that shot. I'd have to aim a little bit more right than that because you'll probably hit that tree in front of you. Good. Just commit to it.
That was
That was unbelievably close to that tree,
That
but
was
that did the job.
That was very close.
That was so close to that tree. That wasn't too bad though, that was right. You played the shot absolutely perfectly. Alright, I just a little bit heavy.
That's it.
Over it. Oh, how lucky was that? Lucky.
Kind of got a little bit of a divot, but I think I kind of went a little bit fat into the ground, was it? A little bit diggy.
Right. They faded, but you gave yourself room for like a bad shot to happen. Nice. No, that's perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Good shot.
A little bit right, but
Yeah, it's faded a little bit on you, but not too bad.
that's it.
Ideal. Perfect. You've got the whole green to work with there as well.
A little bit of a divot as well.
Yeah, no, it's a really good shot. Best strike of the day, that. So bunker shots, yeah, you do kind of want to play them like a flop shot. We know with bunker shots, we don't want to hit the ball first. We want to hit the sand. We want to hit a nice little bit behind the ball. And what we do, you dig your feet in there, have quite a wideish stance, ball fairly forward, just making sure we're hitting behind the ball. That wouldn't have been behind the ball, that would have been a thin one, just like that. But I'm just making sure, yeah, I've opened up that club face just like a flop shot. My weight is very far forward, but I'm not necessarily leaning my shaft forward. I'm having my hands a little bit back. So you've got to remember, we're trying to hit behind the ball. Yeah. That's what we're physically trying to do. We're trying to hit behind it. So once that's there, and then I'm just trying my best to hit behind the golf ball there, but not too much. Just like that, and it's like a floppy shot going out there. I'm absolutely happy with that. Hit it right on the spot. But most important thing, again, is accelerating through it. See, so many people with bunker shots have massive long backswing and just stop at impact. You want to keep yourself going through the shot, almost having a really, really full follow through. So have a little go with a couple of balls there. And we'll walk our way back. So open it up like a flop shot. Digging your feet in the ground.
Where was the ball supposed to be?
Ball is at the front of your stance. That's it.
it, weight forward, and then that's it. Really making sure you're getting a good full follow through. Better. Better.
Right guys, that's the end of the video. That lesson went pretty well. As you can see, my chipping and pitching into the green actually improved a hell of a lot more than what it was on the last video. But please like, comment and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get notified for when the next video comes out. And if you get the opportunity, please share this video because it'll help with the YouTube algorithm, and comment down below with any helpful comments or negative comments for the video. But you know, anything helps, and I will see you in the next video.